Hello guys, welcome back to my vlog. Thank you so much for. I want to talk about 5 things that you need to know before you plan your wedding, or if you're planning your wedding already, these 5 things may help you if you don't know them already. So firstly, you have to pay for the wedding that you can afford. There is no need trying to please anyone. Pay for the wedding. If you want 500 guests, make sure you can pay for a wedding. You can pay for a wedding that can take 500 guests, right? So you can have money for 50 guests and you're planning a wedding for 500 guests. Pay for the venue that you can afford. Pay for the dress that you can afford. Pay for the menu that you can afford. You cannot actually please anyone. So that day is about you and your spouse. So there's no way trying to make a statement to somebody else. So pay for the wedding that you can afford so that you can enjoy your day and not be on your wedding day dancing somewhere and thinking, oh my god, how am I going to pay for all this? So if you want a big wedding, fine. Nobody's saying you shouldn't have a big wedding, but if you can afford it, good. So we all want to attend big weddings and have a lot of fun, but you don't want to do it at somebody else's expense, right? So family or friends, allow people plan their wedding that they can afford, no pressure. Okay. The other thing that I think a lot of people do, especially us from Africa, is to plan weddings, make our family members the coordinators of our wedding. I just said you should plan a wedding that you can afford, right? So I know that wedding planners are very expensive, or so, but at least you can get somebody to help you coordinate your wedding ceremony on that day. You don't actually need somebody to plan everything for you from the scratch. If you can afford it, that's going to be perfect. But if you cannot, at least pay for someone to coordinate your wedding for you on that day. Somebody that is neutral, somebody that does not know your friends, somebody that does not know your family members, so that everybody can go back home happy that day. And that is just it, because I can't expect you to actually spend a lot of money and your guests are not happy to your wedding. You just have to be eating, sleeping, drinking a lot of water, put that on repeat until your wedding day. At that point, you cannot really control a lot of things anymore. So that's why it's important that you rest. Don't pay attention to things that you think are not working. But if it's something that you can control, control it. But if it's something that you cannot control, girl, rest. Okay? So another thing that I think most people should not do on your wedding day is that don't pay attention to the background noise. There's going to be a lot of noise. When I say noise, there's going to be a lot of things that is not working on that day. Probably the cake lady or the cake person brought the cake very late, or the makeup artist came very late, or somebody forgot to bring the drinks to the venue. So yeah, that's why you have a coordinator to help you put those things in place. But I really want you not to worry about anything like that. Just leave it for the coordinator, because it's your day, right? So you have to enjoy every bit of it, every moment. So by the time you start paying attention to those noises that will be coming, trust me, there will be a lot of it. There will be a lot of it. So I advise you not to pay attention to it, because girl, it's your day, enjoy it. So if anything goes wrong, I'm not saying it's none of your business, but we're already on that day, so enjoy every bit of it. Let somebody else take care of those things. It's not going to be you taking care of those things on your wedding day, right? So finally, I think one thing I think, beside getting a wedding coordinator that you should invest in, I think you should invest in your photography too, because that's the only memory that you're going to have. Every money you have spent after that wedding day they are gone, like gone. So the only thing you're going to remember is seeing everything that you paid for in your pictures, right? So that is basically the only thing that you're going to remember on that day. So to refresh your memory, I think it's very important that you get a very good photographer, somebody that is going to, as in, capture every important moment for you, right? So invest in photography, invest in good makeup artists, invest. What I mean when I say invest, pay for a photographer that you can afford. But you know, when you're planning a wedding, there are some things that you like making a table of preference or whatever you call it, right? And the things that you really want to spend money on. So when you're making that list, let photography be one of the stuff that you're going to pay attention to. Or don't compromise your photography, don't compromise getting a wedding coordinator, and don't compromise what you're going to wear on that day. So those things are very important because it's your day, you want to look good, right? So make sure you look good for yourself and buy stuff that you can afford. That is very, very important. That is the main message from this video is plan a wedding that you can afford, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's about you and your spouse. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope I was able to help one person at least. So if I can help one person with this video, that means my energy was not wasted. So see you guys next week. Expect a new video next week, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you so much, and I love you guys. Bye.